Day for the annual mining Indaba. There are a number of burning issues, including power supply in South Africa, policy certainty and relations with labour. On the sidelines, major mines released their results today. Anglo American Platinum reporting that its earnings were basically cut in half last year due to a 5-month-long strike, but it says it's on its way to meet profit targets soon. Following the strike, the miners said it would sell some assets, including its Union and Rustenburg mines, but Amplats denied it was trying to loosen its ties with South Africa, specifically due to labour relations. Well, my colleague Nompumelelo Siziba has been speaking to the players today. Nompu, before we listen to your interview with Amplats, tell us what came out of day one at the mining Indaba.
Thanks, Francis. Well, yes, it's been a hive of activity as various stakeholders in the mining sector have converged and are meeting on the sidelines, making deals and also attending workshops and talking about issues today specifically around commodities, looking at basically reviewing how commodities have performed so far and what the outlook is going forward. As you well know, commodity prices have been languishing in the recent years and obviously mining houses, executives of mining houses have had to find ways of containing costs and trying to remain profitable. These are some of the issues that were coming out today, and earlier we had the Health Minister Aaron Motsoaledi attending a conference or a workshop that was talking about the mining sector and health issues, how to prevent disease, how to control disease in the mining sector. So these are some of the things. Like you say, Amplats came out with their results. Harmony also came out with results. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Sibanye Gold also. So it was quite a busy day on the results front as well. One of the things that's come out from mining executives looking forward to Mining Minister Ngwaku Ramatlhodi making his speech tomorrow is that he speaks to creating a feeling of policy certainty. As you well know, the Minerals Bill that was supposed to be signed by President Jacob Zuma has gone back to Parliament at his instruction because he wants certain things clarified or made better. So that process is happening. So the minister will have to speak to how speedily, hopefully, that process is sorted out, because what the industry wants is certainty so that there's investment in the country and beyond. I did speak earlier, as you said, to Amplats CEO Chris Griffith. Have a look at our interview. Chris, how would you characterise the second half of the year compared to the dreaded first half?
It was great to put the first half behind us after 5 of the 6 months were on strike. So, we had planned for about a 3-month ramp up. So we anticipated for pretty much the third quarter to be ramping up and then for the final quarter to be at full production. So the fact that we were able to come back about a month ahead of schedule, so we had a great ramp up, got very quickly back to full production, and then had a brilliant performance in the final quarter of last year. So if we have a look at our final quarter of last year, the best sense to try and get were we back at performance or not is to compare the final quarter of last year with that of 2013. And on a normalized basis, we were actually 12% up on the final quarter this year compared to last year. So a great ramp up, nicely ahead of schedule, and then a fantastic performance in the last quarter. And I think that really sets us up and gives us confidence for 2015. So coming into this year with that kind of momentum, I think all round we're feeling pretty good about our ability to perform this year.
Now, we know that you're working on getting rid of some of your non-profitable assets, in particular in the Rustenburg area. How is that process going? Are you finding any buyers?
So I think it's important to it's not because they are non-profitable that we're wanting to exit from Rustenburg and Union. When we have a look at our future portfolio, the portfolio of assets that we have and where we want to spend capital, it's on that basis that we've chosen to exit from Union and Rustenburg and from 2 of our JVs. I mean, all the work we've done around the consolidation, and then after we've done the consolidation, the optimizing of those mines, coming up with plans that can make those mines profitable. It's very important that we actually think, and they are actually making money. The Rustenburg made money in the last quarter of last year, demonstrating those mines can be profitable. But it's because they don't fit as part of our future portfolio of assets that we've chosen to exit. That process is going well. We currently in the due diligence process of both Union and Rustenburg, and we'll be able to make a decision in the first half of this year as to what exit mechanism, so either through a sale or through a trade listing, a listing of the company. And then depending on that, we'll be able to follow each of those different options depending on the buyer interest.
What other proactive steps have you been taking in an environment where commodity prices remain low?
The commodity price is the commodity price, and we can't hope and wish that the commodity price will recover, although we do think that the fundamentals of the industry are poised to take the price to a higher level. What we've got to do is say, this is the price, how do we make money out of this price? And that's exactly what we're doing. So we have optimization programs at all of our mines. So for example, Mogalakwena was a great example of that. 2 years ago we set about just fixing the mine and making it deliver much better performances from its assets that it has now. We took Mogalakwena from 300 to 330,000 ounces, and this year to 370,000 ounces, a record performance. And that's that kind of focus that we've got at all of our operations. Amandelbult, we're starting to see some of that coming through now. We're looking forward to a much better performance at Tumela and Indaba this year. And we have overhead reductions, cost savings. We said as part of our restructuring that we wanted to save and generate additional cash of 3.8 billion rand over a 3-year period. This year, now today's results, we gave feedback to the market that we've already saved over 4 billion rand in 2 years. So a year ahead of schedule, we've now gone and achieved those numbers. So it's a combination of all of those. Reduce the overhead, save costs absolutely wherever we can, look for opportunities to make more money. Our marketing is a great example about how we've made more money out of the work that we do, and then finally make the mines as efficient as they can be with the assets that you have. You don't have to go spend a whole lot of additional money. Let's squeeze all those assets as hard as we can, and they're all delivering some great value now. And particularly Mogalakwena was a fantastic performance.
So why do you say platinum fundamentals are poised for a better story?
That's part of the answer, is the stock that's been out there, that's been in cumulative oversupply. So every year since 2006, this industry's been producing more than has been demanded. So we kept producing, the above ground stocks were increasing, and then we started seeing an increase in demand again, so demand picking up, but at the same time we had the strikes of 2012, strikes of 1 million ounces this year lost, and then also a big demand for ETFs last year. What that actually did is that has pulled down that cumulative oversupply. So we don't have that overhang of stock anymore that we had before. And now we're even at lower levels of stock than we've seen way back in 2005. So a combination of increasing demand in jewelry, industrial, and autocats, and at the same time we are seeing reduced stock, and then on top of that we are putting a lot of effort into creation of additional demand in rhodium, in the non-elastic portion of jewelry like bridal jewelry, and in some of the other areas. We announced the World Platinum Investment Council this year, that the 5 platinum, us and 5 other platinum players came together, and based on the success that we'd had with the Platinum Guild, which was set up many years ago to create additional demand in jewelry, we've now set up a council very similar to that called the World Platinum Investment Council to create additional demand in investment. So it's as a result of those factors that we put them all together, and we say that actually that this market is tighter than it's been in many years and is poised. The fundamentals are good, and the price is poised to follow those fundamentals.
That was the CEO of Anglo American Platinum, Chris Griffith, and it's very interesting. Platinum miners believe that to better the outlook for their industry, they need to tell the world how this metal can be used.